The Live Consciousness Network presents John Almada, the Paranormal Guide.
Hi, my name's John Almada, and I'm your Paranormal Guide, and we are here starting the first of a weekly series that I hope you enjoy, and hopefully this will be helpful for all of you. I know it's going to be helpful for me because I'm going to be finding out a whole lot about things that I thought I knew and going to have to represent it well to you. And so we are going to be covering all aspects of paranormal research in the field, after investigations, what to do on investigations, how to use equipment, techniques for analyzing evidence captured, and everything in between, even the social aspects and the fun aspects, and maybe even sometimes the not so fun aspects of all of this. But I think what we should do is start with introductions. And I live in Northern California and have been doing this kind of work for a long time. In my day job, I'm a senior computer programmer and computer scientist, and in my night job, when I come home and get done with all the chores, I'm a ghost hunter. And I've been doing that since 2006, and really seriously since 2007, after my father had a stroke that seemed to kick off a whole lot of activity here at the house in the ranch that I live on. And we're a 7-acre estate with many spirits, many entities that come through here, and we have never been able to adequately explain it with conventional explanations. So we began serious research with EVP, photography, all sorts of EMF research, things like that, and found that we had the whole range of spiritual phenomena here that have truly surprised us and have been, not only that, very instructive to me. And I truly believe this is part of the mission that I'm supposed to be doing, and not only that, helping you in your mission when you are out in the field doing research. Our specialty is really EVP, and I've gotten pretty good at getting them in all manner of cases and locations. It's turned out to be our forte. We also do what is called ITC, instrumental transcommunication, where we're actually speaking not only with earthbound spirits, but up a little higher up the chain, up into all the way to, quote, the other side. And I do a lot of this kind of research with my own paranormal research team, and that's Ghostwriter Investigations. And we've been on quite a few investigations. I'd say we've been on roughly 100. And before that, I was on my own, working on my own, making a lot of mistakes, and continue to do that. That's the best way to learn. We have seen everything from shadows, full-on encounters with entities face-to-face, and been scared a few times. And we have had orbs, big floating balls of light go by, knocking sounds. We've been attacked, pushed, you name it, it's happened to us. And I really think that if there was ever a case of a real-life ghost whisperer, I'm not going to compare myself to that, but I can say that if you took all the people on my team, including myself, I could say that we've probably come fairly close as a group. And I think that any serious research team that really has done their work and done their homework in this field will say the same thing. It's truly a passion, and it is truly a calling, and I think that it's a great honor to be able to do this work and to help people with it. And not only that, to help spirits cross over when we do that kind of thing. Now, why do they remain? I mean, why do we have these earthbounds that stay around? The one thing I can say is that every case has been different, and it has been truly amazing to us, because no two cases are ever alike. And although there are similarities in the types of phenomena we get and types of evidence we capture, I think that the reasons they hang about and stay in the locations they do are really unique. Often it's an emotional attachment, and we seem to think that an awful lot of them are tied to a person, often a place, or even something like a piece of furniture, as mundane as that sounds. Some remain out of shame for things that they did in their life and are not willing to cross over. And it's our mission here at Ghostwriter Investigations to try to help them cross over. Whatever the reason that we've run into many of them in these encounters, they forever surprise us with their humor, loving energies, supportive messages, and sometimes outright confusion and hostility. As I mentioned earlier, we've even had attacks done on us. So we approach these particular entities with a lot of care, and each investigation is done with safety in mind. So these are the things I'm going to be covering in future installments of this show. The one thing I can say, though, that I've learned is that ghosts and spirits speak to us out of one quality nearly exclusively. And I think this is going to help you in your investigations. And that is, they speak from emotion. They are almost always passionate and curious about what we, the living, are doing in their domain. And they are often quite expressive about that, whether it be a friendly, curious, or hostile message. There seems to be no in-between with this. And this brings us to our first lesson, is how to get to know your own ghosts and spirits. And should you be aware of a haunt nearby, or perhaps even where you live. Your first experiences with investigating spirits or ghost energies, or something that you're just thinking may be a paranormal phenomena, if you're not willing to call it an intelligent spirit, comes with a few rules of the road that you should remember when you're out there. Let's start with rule number one. Ghosts are just people who have no body, and that means that when you are out in the field doing research into a case or trying to speak to them, treat them respectfully and with kindness. They're just like you and me, and they don't deserve to be abused. They don't deserve to be talked down to or treated like they're less than what they are. They are a human being. They just don't have a body. And the analogy I use is, how would you like it if somebody came into your house and started treating you like that? I don't think you'd like it too well. So take the opportunity to really look within yourself at how you would expect to be treated, and if you believe in some biblical references to do unto others, same thing with ghosts. Just treat them just like that. Number two, when you're going to deal with a spiritual entity, the first thing to do is walk in and introduce yourself, and then, most importantly, speak naturally. Talk to them like I'm talking to you right now. Respectfully. Treat them with like they're actually able to speak back to you. Talk about the things that they care about, they would have cared about in their day and time. If you don't know anything else, just talk about yourself a little bit and about why you're there and what you're trying to do to help them. The other thing is, rule number three, and this is a big one, is don't just visit one time. Go back and visit several times, and if possible, visit more than once. Take the time to really get to know who these people are and to help them, and by developing the relationship, and I think what will happen and what you will see happen is it will be reciprocated. They will get to know you, and when you show that you care about them, they're going to show that they care about you. And trust me, it is something I've seen many a time. And the final item here is, and it's rule number 4, ghosts like to be included in ceremony, and they like to be included in holidays. So always remember, at Christmas and Thanksgiving and New Year's, or birthday times, if you happen to know the birthday of a spirit, is go to where they're buried and take them gifts. I know this sounds crazy, but they really appreciate it, and just take your EVP recorder with you. And the first few times out you may get nothing, but after a while, once they get to know you, they will be more than glad to reciprocate and talk to you, and you will get evidence. And I think it will finally get to the point where you may find you don't even need to take the recorder. You'll just go there, and who knows, maybe you'll have developed the ability to hear them by then. When it's all is said and done, if you do as I say, you're not only going to be getting evidence, but you're going to be really developing that relationship I keep talking about. And I think over time it'll become something that you find great value in. And there's nothing better than having made friends with them. And I have several of them that I've developed that relationship with that I value very highly, and right in here in the heart. So that said, I think this is a good first installment. See you next week. We're going to talk a little bit about the basics of doing EVPs in the field and how to analyze those EVPs once you have them. And not only that, how to build a library of EVPs and retain it and share it with people. Take care, and we'll see you next week.